So what is up, guys? It is finally done. All level 100 stats are in play. And I think we went over this before with you guys, what to really equip, but we can go over one more time. Just make sure you focus on the Gundam sub-weapon kit when it comes to equipping parts to them, obviously. So keep that in mind. Gun Cannon was a very heavy range fighter to me. Gun Tank is a very heavy range too, so they're both heavy on the range, even though one's an all-rounder. GM is like not that great. Neither is Zaku. I mean, look at those awkward stats. Dom acts like he's cool, but he's not. Zagog is pretty decent at best, like we said in our tier list. Gelgoog's pretty interesting as well. We'll be going over him in the tier list soon. Gundam Ground type. Interesting. Gundam EZA actually did surprise me, believe it or not, when I played him for the first time with some proper parts. Alex actually surprised me with a proper toolkit to put together. She actually can do stuff. Yeah, so Camphor and GM Sniper are your big rangers. Physical range. Focus on percentage sign on your rank parts that say physical range. This one says beam range with one physical range, so you can try to focus on both if you like, or just one that says physical range on it, and you'll still get the percentage due to the fact that your range might be in the 2000s. Psycho Zaku, beam range and physical range, so make sure you give them a percentage of each and hit 2000 to do some damage. Same thing, physical range, beam range, so make sure you have something in the percent in the beam range department and physical range department, like a 22%. I got some of those items, and they actually do wonders, especially on sharpshooters whose legit goal is range. Zeta, same thing. I try to focus more on the range. I mean, if I can get the beam mail up to that tiny bit, I could, if I would. But mostly range on this guy. Shiki, physical range, beam range, same thing. So find ranked parts that legit say physical range, attack up, and beam range, attack up. At least equip one of each, because you're going to get these guys up to the 2000s. That 22% can make a huge difference in your damage output. Quibbly, same thing. Quibbly's pretty strong, 741. Pretty close to Hayuku Shiki. They're both pretty equal in that, but I think Quibbly has a better move since she gets more funnel power. Yo is still pretty good, 832, which is shocking. Full Armor ZZ is great, and so is ZZ. Both were actually solid. Moon Gundam's just OP, S tier in my opinion. You'll be seeing that later, but yes, New Gundam, pretty good actually, not as bad. Definitely good cut rate damage, as in he can take a lot of defense hits, which is good. He won't get injured too much. The Zabi was a pretty interesting tape. I wouldn't say he was better than New, believe it or not. High New, obviously great. We didn't do that tier list, but I'm just letting you know. Unicorn was decent, not that great. I wouldn't really invest too much, but that's his level 100 stats. Full Armor, always. Banshee, no. Even though it's at 823. But he's all, like, range for some reason. Banshee Norn, hell yeah. The Kshatriya, yeah. Sanaju, for sure. We went over him in the tier list. Narrative actually is pretty freaking solid, too. We'll go over that soon. F91, yes, that range is solid to me. X1, we already said no. You'll be surprised by X2, but not really, but you'll be like, yeah, it makes sense. V2 looking good at 764. Perfect Pact apparently is supposed to be a melee fighter, but all of his moves are range. Thanks, Bandai, for making this character make absolute sense when it comes to stats. Turn A, more physical. I wouldn't want to focus too much on the beam stuff. Do more of the physical upgrades, and she'll be good to go. I got her to 18, and she was still using a bomb that exploded at like 4,000 damage, so... Turn X, still Gali, 866. Burning Gundam's at 840. He's only 20 behind this time, which is interesting. Especially behind Master H. 866, 866. But, yeah, it's very interesting between these two. It's like a 20 difference now. Wing Gundam 0, 729. Gundam Epion's actually at 814, showing how strong he is on that tier list. Double X, pretty decent, pretty good. Freedom was kind of Justice was like we said. Providence, we're not going over. Amatsu, we already said was S tier. Look at that stat, 832 with melee involved. Oof, GG's. Destiny was okay. Strike Freedom was definitely up to par where I wanted him to be. Infinite Justice was definitely on par where I wanted it to be. 845 is strong. Damn, Red Frame Kai bringing in that 840, 5 points lower, which just shows Red Astray is only slightly weaker, but we all know he's the best. Revice, pretty strong in that 680, believe it or not, for an all-rounder. 00, 831, that's insane. Like I said, guys, focus on the parts. Always like to give you a reminder, make sure you find ranked parts that apply to your physical melee and beam melee, if anything. That way you get more damage out of your sub-weapon 2 or sub-weapon 1, because that's going to be your game changer. Especially physical melee, since his melee is actually main melee is a physical melee, so get the percentage on that. So yeah, Trudium, beam range, solid stuff, and he's at 707, which is great. He already does a lot of piercing. Arios, ugh. Cerevi, beautiful 700 damage right there, perfect range. Get the beam range attacks up. He hits like a mother clucking truck. Axia Repair, more physical melee, so you know, just to give him more of the physical percentage up parts, not his beam parts. Arche, like I say, he's a little bit split, so he's almost like Dragon Gundam, but Dragon Gundam's like 10 times fucking better than half the fighters in this game, so don't even judge that. Reborn, 745. 840, though. I mean, he's tied with Kai. 707 on the O Gundam. Highest, actually. I think that was a pretty high all-rounder, believe it or not, right next to O, but this guy's not as good. But Double O is fucking amazing. Double O, yes, get to 100. Gundam Age FX, yes. He's only 4 points stronger, but he's so worth it with his funnels. Barbados, yes. Yes to this guy for sure. Yes to both these forms, 100%. 849. He still kept that. He kept the 43 gap this time. Rebake. Oh, yeah, you're going to hear this in the tier list. Bale, yes. Vidar, like we said, good fun one. Julia was just B, in my opinion. Not that great to me. Musha, fuck yeah. Look at that 707. Deadly. Deadly melee. And he's strong with his subs. Sharpshooter, we don't know yet. We haven't tested. Knight, fuck yeah to this guy. 874 is amazing. 883 legit went up 9 extra points, and they both still combo loop like crazy, which means Knight and Superior are tied for like best combo loopers in my opinion when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom combos. Lube, I actually have a different opinion on him now. Sun Jian, like I said, pretty good opinion. He went up to 798, close to an 800, but they didn't want to give it to him. Not sure on Chow Chow until I fully get proper weapons on him. Phoenix, yes to this 100, and these guys are A-okay to me at least. So that's your level 100, and what I mean about percent, make sure you just find a part that legit says, like, melee. Like, it'll say, like, something like this. Let me show you. Should be, well, believe it or not, it's actually one of my 8 parts, so my 9 parts, so the 9 parts are still godly. So usually I would try to equip, here we go, physical melee. So this would give his melee extra damage, so 23.7%. Added on to this character if you get him all the way up to 2,000, which is really solid. And not only do I use this one, but I also use, give me one sec, not this one, but no, I use this one because it's 3.6. This one's strong, so you do the 22.4, and I give him this one because this actually lets you profit your sub-weapon projectiles that will at least maintain a 500 damage count, which is what I was happy about when I got this part. So 10 out of 10 for that. And I got a nice Psycho Gundam, Dark Gundam Beta, which gave me a 396, which was solid. Again, adding more to my attacks. And if I do have a range that adds more to my physical melee, that's just gravy. I don't think I do. I think I'm still searching for that in the future. If I find one on a range part, then then my damage output would be great on both sides, making him the best balanced character I have on my roster. Too bad he's not a beam character, because I have like a crap ton of these ranges, but you know. But that's like an example of what I'm talking about when it says percentage towards your melee. Your melees will do more damage, so the 2,000 times that 22%. 22.7% means we're going to profit an extra 1,000 damage probably per hitbox, which is great. That's what you're looking for. But yeah, that's your level 100, and that's pretty much a prime example of what I mean by equipping like certain things, especially when it comes to beam melees and stuff like that, so you get more damage. Because I started doing that, and I did notice a huge difference when it came to the beam melee or physical melee percentages. Because right when I tested Musha on the live stream, he hit like a freaking truck. He was doing 5,000 on sub-weapon 2 because I gave him that physical melee up by 22%. It was really good. That's because I gave him sub-weapon attack 2 up as well. But yeah, but his physical melee was so high, he was doing like 1,000 per combo string. So every 4 was 4,000 hits. Was 4,000 damage per 4-hit combo, and it was solid stuff. Very solid. So anyway, guys, that's your level 100 roster, and that's kind of an example of what you should try to get for some of your characters that have those strong melee output combos. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. I'm glad we finally got this done. Peace out, homies.